Hey everybody, I'm on my first moto camping trip of 2023 on the Gen 3 KLR, of course, Adventure ABS, blah, 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 blah. And if you remember my first one, this January 7th in North Carolina, chilly. And if you remember my first moto camping trip on the KLR last February, it was 20 degrees. I had a 34-degree bag, sleeping bag, and I about froze to death. I had my puffy jacket on and everything, trying to stay warm. It was brutal, brutal. So, learned that lesson. I just purchased a Mountain Hardwear Bishop's Pass 15-degree Fahrenheit, -9 degree Celsius sleeping bag here in Uwharrie National Forest, and got a primitive camping site set up here. It's getting ready to be nighttime, and I wanted to try this bag out. It's only going to be mid to low 30s tonight, so it's not quite the same test as last year yet, but I figured this is a good tryout for this bag. Normally, what I like to do is get into the bag, strip down, put my clothes down by my feet, keep them somewhat warm so when I put them back on in the morning, they're not freezing cold. But you don't want to sleep in your clothes and then get out of your warm bag and then you're freezing when you get out. So it's best, it's like wearing your coat indoors and then you go outside. Remember your grandma always told you don't wear your coat indoors, it won't work when you get out. Same thing. So don't wear your clothes in the bag if you can help it, or as little as possible. And then keep your other clothes in the bag so that they're warm when you put them on. That's the goal. So me being 5'11", doing the review, reading all the reviews for the regular size. The regular size is for 72-inch person. And so yeah, I would fit in that, but I like to have that room down at my feet for my clothing, and I like to have, you know, other things in there if I need to, lights and maybe some a fleece cap and, you know, stuff like that. I don't like to be pinched up in my bag, so I got the long version. So we're gonna test that out. I've got the same sleeping mat that I had, or inflatable pad that I had last year. I've got a new 3-person tent, so I have a lot more room in here. The other one just fell apart after 9 years of backpacking. And anyway, so I'm gonna turn. So again, Mountain Hardwear Bishop Pass 15. I looked at the 0 degree. There's only about a $35 difference between this and the 0. I don't think I'll be riding my motorcycle anywhere that I need a 0 degree. So you can kind of see the bag, nice color blue. I didn't get a choice. It does not compact down like the 34 bag at all. So, but looks nice and comfy. I've had it fluffed out here for about an hour while I ate dinner and sat by my fire. So I will wake up in the morning and advise as to how it went and whether I think this bag is worth the right at $300 for the long version. It's like $270 for the short. So, all right. Well, good night. Well, good morning. What a night. So, got down to about mid-30s, I guess, last night. And it's kind of humid, too. I'm right over the river by the dam. And initially when I got in the bag, I was wearing, you know, this shirt and some running pants that are about the same consistency. And about 5 minutes in, I was like, okay, that's too hot. So I ended up in the bag naked, and I was comfortable until about 30 minutes later, when my sleeping pad developed a leak and went completely flat and put me, for all intents and purposes, against the cold, hard ground. So all night I tossed and turned because parts of me against the ground would go numb. And I had to get back into these clothes to try to help. So basically, the only parts of me in the bag that were cold in the mid-30s were the parts that were in direct contact with the ground. The rest of inside of the bag was completely comfortable. So yeah, kind of screwed up my test. And but the bag, as far as function, it was plenty roomy for me. I'm 210 pounds, 5'11". You know, kind of got wider shoulders and like a 34-inch waist. So if you are a more rotund individual, this bag will be too tight. If I were any larger, I would not have been comfortable in this bag. So there is that. And then the zipper. The obligatory middle of the night, have to get up and go to the restroom, sucked. I fought the zipper enough that I broke a sweat. So it was just kept hanging up and very difficult. I mean, it's tough to pull on even when it's not hanging up. It's very stiff. So I'd say the zipper is probably my least favorite thing about this bag. But it is a down bag. I have not seen feathers coming out of it like you see in the reviews of other bags, so that's good. I would have liked to have had a good test with a proper sleeping pad that didn't just bail on me right away. But other than the zipper, and like I said, it's snug if you're a larger person. So I don't think it would take you to 15 degrees. I was comfortable at 35. If you're down at 15, you've probably got your puffy and your pants and your socks and you're all bundled up in here. So the ratings that give these bags, I've found, is not comfort level, it's stay alive level. So if you're going to be in the 30 degree and up and like to sleep with no clothes on, this bag is fine. If you're going to go down into the 20s, I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to suspect I'm going to need to have clothes and jackets and everything on inside the bag in the 20s, but we'll see. All right, that's what I have so far. I am sore and from sleeping on the hard ground, so time to pack up and get back on the bike. Later, Gators.